guys, Meryl Mommy here, and welcome to my first ever episode of my podcast. Thanks to the sweet people that left these messages in my DMs. Because if you have not been following me, which, what are you doing? TikTok, Instagram, all of that listed below. You guys know that I'm never ever have been that person that has been too shy to stray away from telling my experience as a female in the car community, car industry, however you want to word it. Okay. So, as you can see, I did purchase my little microphone, so I will be using this. I have my coffee, I have my water. We're going to yap, get into the story time, grab your snacks, grab your little coffee, whatever, okay? Because we are going to spill the tea. Because if y'all don't know or do know, whatever the case is, I'm gonna go ahead and say a little background. I feel like I've said this a million times, but I'm gonna keep saying it because I just have new followers, new subscribers, whatever the case is. Hi y'all. Thank you so much for following. Thank you so much for subscribing. So, like when that new flow of people, like they don't know you, okay? So, long story short, I used to be into modeling. I come from a car family. So, I've always had like passion for cars. I grew up with cars, especially Mustangs. Why a Camaro, babes? I will answer that. I watched Transformers and then I switched to Dark Side. I still have a love for Mustangs. I still have a love for Ford, but my heart has Camaros. Okay, my heart has Chevy. So the thing is, babes, with having that and being in the model industry, it is very different. Let me tell you, in the model industry, I feel like it's more one cutthroat. I feel like people are more straight up, and I feel like it's just more black and white. Like if you have an issue with someone, it's like talked about it. Like there's no sneaky stuff. It's very straight out. So being a female that was used to that for years and years and years, and then coming to the car community, however you want to word it. I'm just going to call it the car community for the sake of this video. Coming to the car community, I was very much like, what is this? And a lot of people told me, like, no, don't bother. Like, you're going to want to leave. Like, it's too much. This is why I left. It's drama. Don't join car groups. Don't join car clubs. Like, girl, I've heard it all. But this is my thing. I don't get scared that easily. I don't get scared that easily, baby. So instead, what I chose to do is document, okay? Document my experience so the other girlies watching me could be like, oh snap, like I dealt with that too, or this is how she dealt with it. And the car guys can be like, oh snap, like my brothers out here be doing this, like for real, like, oh, okay. And then for the other majority, y'all can just laugh with me. We're just rolling with the punches. I really don't take anything to heart. To me, I will tell a story time and be laughing. And the person that like did this weird stuff to me can literally like come and talk to me. And I was like, what's up? What's good? Like, I really don't take it to heart. Again, this is just me sharing my experiences. So today's little story time is going to be a longer in-depth story because I have mentioned this before in my Instagram. Sometimes I do random story times in my Instagram stories whenever I have time. So this one's going to be the one that wanted to go 50-50. Love that. And this goes, I'm going to just say it. I'm one of those car girls that I'm very girly. I love me the better things of life. It's just what I was raised with, okay? So I love me the finer things of life, okay? Just it is what it is, okay? And I either am given it through obviously, parents, family, or I go and I get it. Okay, so she don't think she's spoiled, but she a hustler. She's spoiled, but she goes and gets her own. So with that being said, I have never ever 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 been told to go 50-50 until this person. So long story short, guys, what had happened was that I was minding my little business, and I had done a couple of collabs prior. I really don't do it that much because the collabs they just be getting me in trouble. Cause I try to network. That's what I do in the modeling industry. Like how else are you supposed to network, right? I used to network with like photographers. I used to be like, hey, I love your content. Like, can we collab? Or they would tell me, hey, love your poses, or I love your style. Like, can we shoot? That is how you network. Unfortunately here, There's I'm trying to think if there was one good collab. Moving on. Moving on. I just thought I could recreate the same vibe. And yeah. So, with that being said, basically, I had somebody DM me, and I am trying so hard not to be frustrated with this certain type of car guy. But I have a personal rule for myself that I will not date. I will not bother. Like I know I drive a Camaro. I understand that, but like I just don't. I can't do Camaro guys. Sorry, sorry, sorry. Y'all have burnt it for me. Um, yeah. So, anyways, we'll just leave it at that. So, we come up with an idea of a place to meet, and it's just a parking garage near a outside mall. And I roll in, meet the guy. We're sort of the same height. I'm 5'4". Seemed really sweet from the get-go. Nothing bad to say. And we drive to the top of the parking garage and we start getting content. I had back in the day and I got rid of it. I had like a little like baby tripod. So I would literally have like my, like this would be the little tripod and my phone would be on it, and then I would be like, obviously I don't shoot my content like that anymore, where I'm like I've learned how to take better videos, but I used to be that like I would move the tripod instead of like, I would like, anyways. And he had one of those like stabilizer thingies where it's like I don't even know what it's called, but you know what I mean. It like moves and this and this. I don't know. I don't have it in my mind right now, but you know what I mean. Okay, so it's like supposed to be, I was like, ooh, you got one of those, you got one of those. Why I did this, I don't know. I did take some pictures, I did take a couple of videos, but I was like, ooh, since you have those little stabilizer little thingies or whatever, like I'm gonna let you take the majority of the content. That was mistake number one on my part. So I was like, ooh, because we'll just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind, because I'm gonna tell you on the end. Keep that in mind. List, okay? I let him take majority of the content. So after that, we get to talking, and I don't know what I needed from my bag. So while he's getting content on his car, because we had the cars kind of like this, I walked to my car and I had gotten like reached for my bag, and then I had gotten something from it. I don't know if it was my lip gloss. I don't know. And I'll show you the bag. Okay, y'all. So I have this bag. This is one of my favorites. Okay, one of my prized possessions. And I don't know if I was reaching for my lip gloss. I don't know if I was putting my sunglasses back in. I don't know what I was doing. Point is, I had this little bag and I was like digging in here. Okay. So, anyways, I had the little bag. I'm gonna toss it. I had a little bag, and basically he was like, oh, he's like, you got that designer, and I'm like, yeah, like some light. He was like, how much is it? Whoa. Now, I don't know about y'all, but I was taught to never, ever, ever, ever ask how much the price is on someone else's, something that someone else owns, especially when you just meet. Like, to me, that's very disrespectful. That's rude. So I'm like, oh. And then I was like, oh, well, obviously it's a couple thousands. Like, I could look it up, like, what it's worth now, but it's from, like, an older collection from years ago. And then he's like, oh, but it's real though, right? It's real though, right? And I'm like, I'd hope so, for how much I paid for it. So how much did you pay for it? Red flag number one, Buki. And let me say this. I don't go into these collabs, and that's something I do speak on my Instagram a lot. I don't go into these collabs trying to look for a partner. I don't go trying to flirt. Like, literally, like, I'm very welcoming. I'm very friendly, because like, what am I going to be like, hi, I'm Lina. Like, no, right? I'm gonna be friendly. I feel like I'm like super, I could talk to anyone. I'm super outgoing, okay? Again, the whole point is to network, and I've been on social media for so long now that it just flows, it just comes naturally. So, with being like that, I feel like sometimes guys in general think, oh, she's being flirty or she's being this, and it's like, no, I'm just like being nice, or not even nice. I'm just like being normal. I don't know. And then not only that, but like I'll treat you like a homie. Like I'll like, hey, like I don't like, either sometimes I'll do one of these, but if they look like they're reaching, like they're trying to do a little, then I'll, with one of these, then I'll do one of these, okay? It just depends on the guy. But like I don't go out being like, oh my god, hi, No. Okay, we don't do that. And I treat you like a homie. I'll be like, hey, you good? Like, you got this angle. Like, I'll kind of be a little rough with it. Okay, instead of being like, oh my gosh, like, are you fine? Like, do you need this angle? Do you need to move my car? Like, typically that's how I am. It's like, no, you're gonna get the you good? You got the angle? We good? Okay, Gucci. It gonna be like that. Okay. Flash forward. So when he starts asking that, I'm like, what the heck? Like, okay. And then he goes into his car and he shows me that he has a wallet. Looks just like mine, but it's in the blue, like the blue pattern, blue checker pattern. And I'm like, okay, nice. I was like, I fuck with the blue. It's pretty. And he's like, yeah, let me show you something too. Pretend this is my phone, y'all. So or pretend it's his phone, my bad. So he has his phone and he's showing me, he's like, this is the fit. You see the fit? This is this and this, and I don't know what it was. I don't know, chrome something. I don't remember, but it's like designer fits. Okay, it's like a t-shirt and some shorts. And he's like, yeah, look at my bucket hat, look at my this, and I'm like, cool, nice. Let's get back to the car content, And I'm just like, okay, cool. He's like, yeah, and I have my own business too. I'm like, oh, cool. And he's like, yeah, it has to do with this and this. I'm like, yeah, cool. Anyways, like, how we doing on content? Like, can you get this angle? Because remember, like, he's the one that's taking most of the content because he has a little stabilizer. So I'm like, hey, can you do this angle and this angle? And maybe, like, if I move my car like this. So I'm, like, looking up ideas. I'm looking up TikToks. Like, I'm still, like, let's keep it pushing. So in my head, I'm thinking, oh, he's getting fire angles. He's getting that content. So I thought, okay. So I'm like, all right, like, he's getting the angles, whatever. And then point is like, he's like, I think we're good. And I'm like, okay, cool. And then he showed me like one or two of the videos. He's like, how do you like the lighting, like this and this? And I'm like, okay, cool, like we good. So after that, he starts to talk a little bit more about like his business, and he's like, yeah, I support my mom, blah 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 blah. I have so much money, blah 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 blah. Like, I used to have a Z01, and he obviously had an SS. So he's like, yeah, I had to trade my Z01, but I had a Z01. And he starts telling me, and I feel like for some reason they all do this. They start talking about like their ex and stuff. And yeah, I had to like break with my ex for whatever reason, blah, 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 whatever. And I'm like, okay, anyways. I was like, so nice to meet you. And he's like, you don't want to grab like a bite to eat? Like, I know there's like, this is like a shopping center, like a outdoor mall. Like, let's go get something to eat. And in my head, I'm like, oh, okay. Like, I could go for afters, and afters is like that ice cream and a donut. And ooh, girl, I love me some afters. So I was like, oh yeah, I'll go get me some afters. I'm not thinking this man's gonna pay for me. I'm not thinking nothing. Like, I'm gonna get myself some damn afters. Okay, he's just along for the walk. Okay, so I go in there and he pays for us. So I'm like, oh, I was like, thank you. I was like, that's so sweet of you. Real appreciate it. He's like, yeah, no problem. So then we go sit on a bench, and I'm just got a little donut, got a little Cookie Monster. I'm like, or Mint Monster, not Cookie Monster, Mint Monster. And I'm over here just like, and he's like, so, and I'm like, don't. Y'all know, I don't want to hear it. Y'all know when y'all proceed with the so. Y'all gonna be on some bullshit. And I'm over here like, freaking, and if y'all don't know, like, the ice cream is super, like, there's, like, food coloring up in there. So I'm over here like, and it's like greenish. The Mint Monster ice cream is like, so I'm over here like with like green ice cream over here like, he's like, so, and I'm like, what and he's like, so what kind of guy do you like? What kind of guy are you into? Mind you, he's 5'4". She don't want a puppy, she want a big dog. Okay, I want me the alpha. Okay, I need me that alpha. So he's like, oh, what kind of guy are you into? And I'm like, I don't know. And I tell him that. I'm like, I don't know. I'm into like businessman. I'm into like confident man. I'm into like alpha man, So I do it like that. And obviously, he's neither of those. Okay, neither of those. And when I say businessman, like, I think people think when they have like, see, babes, there's different. There's levels to this. And I think when people think that they have a business that they like it's theirs and they do the labor on it, I think to them that's a business. I'm not talking about that type of business, baby. And there ain't no shade, no tea. There ain't nothing wrong with that. But when I say I want a businessman, I want a man that closes business deals, baby. I want him on the phone. Hold on, honey, I gotta take this call. Oh yeah, is this much blah blah blah, thousands, blah blah blah, millions? Yeah. Okay. what were you saying? Like closes business deals. Okay. I want that type of man. So anyways, I say that, and he's like, oh, okay. He okay. Like, yeah, you know, because like I have a business and this and this. And I'm like, uh-huh. I'm still like eating my little donut ice cream. I'm like, and then so after that, he's like, yeah, you know, like this and this. I was like, okay, cool. And then I was like, I'm bored now. I look at my phone, I'm like, oh, it's already like 7. I was like, I gotta get home. So I'm like, oh my gosh, so nice meeting you. Like, let's head back. You know, I gotta already head home. He's like, oh, okay, cool, cool. So yeah, we head back, and I was like, so nice meeting you. And he's like, I'll send you all the content. I'll send it to you all right now. And I was like, okay, cool. I get home. I see all the videos he sent me, right? And it was like this, okay? This is the stabilizer thing. Like, y'all will be the cars. And it's literally videos like this. Like, it's like bro just got the stabilizer like an hour before. He did not know how to use it. And I was like, I literally had to work with either those videos or the videos I had gotten. And I was like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? And I learned my lesson. I will never let someone else, like, depend on someone else to get the content because with the big. So I was like, okay. Okay, cool. Cool. Anyways, a couple of days go by, and he was like, hey, you were real cool to talk to. I was like, oh, appreciate it. Like, so were you. And again, it's like I treat y'all like the homies. Okay. I just, you know. So in my head, I'm like, okay, cool. Collected another homie. Now I learned my lesson. I learned my lesson. Y'all can't stay homies. Y'all don't. Mm-mm. And he's like, hey, he's like, I had seen that there was a restaurant like down like there, which there is a sushi restaurant like a little further down. He's like, I saw next to the ice cream spot, like, you like sushi? And I was like, oh, oop, sushi. And in my head, you know what? I'm gonna say this, and you know what, baby, it is what it is. I am spoiled, and I naturally get spoiled when I had homeboys, okay, homies, whatever you want to call it, okay, guy friends, whatever. They would buy me my food, buy me my Starbucks, give me gas money. I'ma just be keep it a buck. I'm gonna keep it 100. That's just how it is. That's just how it is, babe. I don't know what to tell you, okay? I just feel like I naturally bring out that side of people that they just want to, like, oh my gosh, because of the way I have myself, the standards I have myself. So I'm naturally like, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know, okay? So just, there you go. So in my head, I'm like, okay, cool. I got another homie and I'm about to get some sushi. Yummy. Yums. Like, okay, cool. Cool. Because to me, that's normal. So we meet up. No, I didn't wear anything super cute. No, I didn't go. No, no, no. It's like I'm meeting with the homie. I think if anything, I had like some shorts, maybe like, I'm not gonna say a t-shirt because Lord knows I don't wear t-shirts. But I had something, maybe like a little office top, little something like this. Okay, little. Okay, this is the usual. So, anyways, I don't do the most. I just go over there, and I'm over here having my little drinky drink. Okay, I ordered 2 drinky drinks. I have my little sushi. I'm over here like, because yeah, free sushi, hello. And he's like, so about our conversation, and I'm over here like mid like, what a conversation. Cheers. Like, what? And he's like, so like back to my conversation, you know, last time I seen you like the type of guy. I'm like, what about him? Like, sir, don't disrupt my sushi. And he's just trying to like push me on it. And I was just like, yeah, like, I don't even know. It's like, I don't even know. I'm not really looking for anyone. Like, I'm just minding my business. I'm just trying to network. You know, I'm just trying to like do my whole social media thing and like just really enjoy the car community. Like, I feel like it's just so new to me still that it's like I'm trying to just, you know, I don't know, girl, just live my car girl dreams. That's it. And like I say that, and then I'm trying to like flip the conversation like back onto him, but like on something else. And he's like, so I have a question for you. I'm like, what's up? And he's like, so like, would you ever consider doing 50-50? And I like laughed and I was like, huh? And he's like, yeah, like, would you consider doing 50-50? And I'm like, no. I was like, oh no. I was like, that's so funny. I was like, that's okay. No, 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 no. So, anyways, he pays for our meal. And I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like thinking that's that. Oh my gosh, thank you so much for sushi. You're the best. And then I get a text, I don't know, maybe the next day or a couple of days, I don't know. And it was like, so, I wanted to talk to you about the 50-50. I'm like, yeah, what's up? What you mean? And he's like, so you would never like consider it? And I was like, no. Mm-mm. I was like, no, never happened, never will. Like, I don't know 50-50. Like, that's just not me. And then it was like, yeah, but like I was thinking like either like, like let's say like I pay for dinner and then like you pay for movies, like on like date nights or whatever. And then he was like, or like one time I pay for dinner and then next time you pay for that. Mind you, he has a business. Mind you, he was showing me the wallet that's designer. Mind you, he was showing me his outfits on his phone that, oh yeah, I got it like that. And then you proceed to tell me that, oh, I don't got it like that because I take care of my mom, because I take care of my tia, because I take care of my blah, 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 because I take care of my neighbor, because I take care of the postman. Like I have a community. So will you settle for my 50-50? And that's one thing like I don't understand. Man, please date in your know your limits. Know your limits, please. Know your limits. Know which what you can afford, what girl you can afford, please. Cause I'm just like, how are you gonna come onto my page, see that I have like red bottoms, see that I go to like fancy dinners, see that like the way I carry myself, and you're gonna come and approach me 50-50? That's crazy. That is crazy. And it's the audacity for me, babes. It's the audacity. Audacity for me. And one thing y'all gonna have to my fellas is the audacity. I'm gonna have the audacity right back. I know my girls are like, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I'm gonna have the audacity right back. Because baby, this is not my first rodeo. So I'm like, I literally tell him, I'm like, no. I said, I will never. He's like, I just think like I really like you. I think we really click. Mind you, we've only met and talked to each other 2 times. Like, what do you mean we click, sir? Like, no, I look good, period. Like I got like somewhat of a following. Like and that's the thing is like, they know. They be knowing to my lady. They be knowing. They're like, oh, hell yeah, if I have her by my side. Yeah, but I'm going to get her to settle for 50-50. Oh, fainting. No, never. No, not doing it. Nope, nope, nope. Double it and give it to the next person. Double it and give it to the next girl. So I'm like, oh, I don't know what I said. And I ate. I ate in the response and I wish that I could find it. I think I deleted it. Maybe I had taken a screenshot just to save it because I was funny. Sometimes I do that. I ate in the response and I can't even freaking remember it. I don't know if I said, it was nice getting to know you. Unfortunately, I will not lower my standards. Like, go like double and give it to the next. I don't know what I said, but I ate. Okay, just know that I ate in my response, and I just left it very like my condolences for your financial situation type shit. Okay, so I sent that. Tell me why. Months go by. Months go by. I want to say maybe like 5 months went by, and I'm getting ready. I'm doing my makeup. I'm over here in my little makeup station right here, actually. And I get a text from a random number, and I'm like, I see the area code. And one thing about me, baby, I I know my people. I know if somebody texts me with an area code, for example, like from Riverside, who sent you? Because I don't be messing with certain cities. So when I get a area code from a certain city or certain area that I'm like, I know automatically like this is weird. And sure enough, I see the zip code and I'm like, a zip code, area code, and I'm like, I don't know anyone from there. I look at it and I'm like, weird. I opened the text and I was like, hey, Lina, how's the Camaro? And I'm like, damn, I was like, that could be anybody. And I was like, she's fine. Who is this? And it's like, I'm so and so with the Camaro. And I was like, instant flashback. I was like, 50-50, man. And I think I said something like, oh, 50-50 guy, or oh, the guy that wanted to go 50-50. Like, I'm petty. So I think I put something like that. And then he was like, yeah, this is him. So I wanted to ask you, we never got to the details. Y'all are so funny. Y'all are so funny. That's why I'm really not mad. Like, I hope people that watch these story times and it happens to be about that, I hope y'all don't really think we got beef like that, because it's funny. Honestly, this is for entertainment purposes only, because it's funny to me. And he was like, yeah, anyways, about that, like, we never got to talking about the details. And I was like, it was a no back then, it's still a no now, Pookie, or something like that. I don't know what he said. And yeah, and then I blocked him. Then I blocked him. So that is my story time. Would I ever consider doing collabs again? You know, I would. I'm not opposed to it. It's just I don't know. You know what? I don't know. I don't mind. Like, I think I'm gonna lean towards my females. I do have like two collabs with two car girls coming up. So I think I'm gonna try the girlies because the fellas, y'all are scary. And if y'all think that's like no, I have one more I want to do, one more story time. Now that one was a little bit more scarier. This is a little bit more like we could laugh it off. The next one, babes, the next one was a little bit more scarier. Um, yeah, I don't know. So that is my little podcast slash little story time for today. Thank you so much for watching. And also too, I want to do a Q&A. So y'all, I need you guys to send me some questions. I have a handful of them. I don't have enough to do a Q&A video because I need me like 20. I need me like, girl, we could speed round this and I could be like, okay, blah, 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 blah. You know, I need them questions. So send over the questions on TikTok, send them over on Instagram, whatever the case is, because babes, we would love to do a Q&A over here. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on my next video. Bye, guys.